Hey guys, this is Dennis, the founder of Think Hero.
And I'm David Griffin, your resident comic book and video game guru.
And this is our review of Boardwalk Empire Season 4, Episode 8.
The Old Ship of Zion.
So unlike the previous episode where we covered a bunch of different characters, this one kind of just focused on the Chalky storyline and the Nucky storyline.
Right.
So let's talk about the Chalky storyline just because it was the craziest this episode. You know, we ended with that crazy fight between Chalky and Don Pernsley.
I mean, it was a great showdown. I mean, Chalky needed to snap out of it. Needed to get woken up. I mean, Nucky calls him out, goes to the club, calls him out, and said, "Look, man, you gotta get your house in order. You need to wake up. Stuff's going down." He's just got his just infatuated with this girl.
Yeah, he's obsessed. At the deacon's funeral, he's staring.
His daughter called him out. He's like, "Daddy, you all right?" Like everybody's looking at him. He's all sweating. He's like, "What?" You know, he's crazy.
At the club, everywhere. Yeah, so she kind of, because Dr. Narcisse put her there for that reason, to distract him.
Right.
And with Don Pernsley, the showdown with him, we knew it was coming eventually.
Yeah.
You knew Chalky was going to find out.
Right.
And that fight was pretty brutal. I mean, with
great fight.
With that broken wood piece right through Don Pernsley's cheek.
Oh, yeah. That was a great fight. I mean, it's well choreographed, raw, we kind of knew watching, like, we and I were talking, I was like, you know what's name, she's going to bust through the door and help him out. I thought he was going to shoot.
But I thought she was going to pick up the gun and shoot.
She was making a plate in the kitchen, so she had a big knife and stabbed him with it. I didn't see that coming, but that was great. Yeah, that was great.
Chalky almost choked to death.
Yeah. I mean, he was struggling. I mean, even though I think he knows that she was working with Dr. Narcisse, the fact that she did save him in the end, I think, we'll buy him a little, buy her a little grace.
Hopefully.
I don't know. He may be mad. He may hold a grudge. I don't know.
Well, he's definitely not going to trust her anymore.
But this will wake him up. He will be ready. It's going to be war between Dr. Narcisse and Chalky. Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it. I mean, I love that scene when Chalky comes to Dr. Narcisse's play.
Yeah, that was great.
The one that he wrote, and he got all like teary-eyed and emotional over it, and everyone else was like, whatever.
Right, yeah.
It was cool to see Chalky come there, interrupt it, and burn that heroin right in front of him.
Dr. Narcisse Jeffrey Wright, first of all, is doing a great job with the acting, but he's an interesting character because he does try to uplift his Libyan brothers, the African-American community, but at the same time, he's throwing heroin in there.
Yeah.
And we know he's from Harlem, the downfall of Harlem and all that with the heroin. It's like, he's an interesting guy. He's bad, but like, he has this
warped sense of
he's
honor,
helping people, but he's putting people down that are less than him so he can control everything. But like, man, you're no better than Chalky. Yeah. You're no better than, actually he's worse probably than Chalky. At least Chalky's just doing some alcohol and stuff. He's the lesser of two evils.
And the club in general is not, obviously alcohol's illegal.
Right.
But it's not that.
He's not feeding heroin in the community. Yeah, it's not as bad. And he's just, but he thinks he's doing some higher power, some work. I don't know. He's crazy.
And the question too is now with Chalky knowing what's going on, can he get the community behind him?
Right.
Because Don Pernsley, he's dead. Let's say they reveal that Don Pernsley, not they reveal, but the community finds out Don Pernsley's behind the heroin and the death of the deacon. Don Pernsley is technically under Chalky's command.
It was a smart move. It was a good play with Dr. Narcisse. He knows. He used Don the whole time.
Yeah.
Thinking,
he didn't care about him being like uplifted. He was like, here's a kind of a meathead type of guy, muscle guy that works for Chalky that I can use.
The whole time he was saying use heroin to control people that are lesser than you, he was probably talking about Don. Not that Don was using heroin, but he's like, look, I'm using you. Don just wasn't the brightest guy in the world. Like I said, I think Chalky, even though he might not have the high philosophical beliefs and all that, but he has the street smarts. I think he might be able to outsmart Dr. Narcisse. I hope he does because you and I both love Michael Kenneth Williams and don't want him to leave the show. That would be sad.
No, I would not want him to die. Like him and Half-Face Harrow are my favorite characters. Right. So let's talk about Nucky. His whole storyline's kind of weaved in with his nephew, Will, and his brother Eli. Yeah. And now Eli's kind of faced with a similar situation of potentially betraying Nucky again.
It's like, I hope he doesn't do it. I hope the fact that Nucky spared his life, the fact that, I don't know what deal he made. We never saw if he actually gave the nod.
No, we
don't. He said do the nod. We don't know if he said the nod. So I hope that he sees that his home, his house is in order. The kid's playing, banging on, playing a mean tune. It's like, I hope that he sees that Nucky even if he went behind his back, he did it for the betterment of his family. He wasn't trying to hurt his brother.
Yeah, I think Eli's just jealous of his son's relationship with Nucky because he looks up to Nucky. He sees him as the big man, the guy to aspire to. He doesn't really, pay attention to his dad.
Yeah, he's a cool uncle. I mean, it seems like he even has a relationship with Sally, Patricia Arquette's character. Having breakfast with her, it seems like he's even kind of into her in some way.
Yeah, she convinced him to go back home and make amends and all that stuff. So speaking of Sally, she's an interesting love interest for Nucky. She's feisty. She's also a bit manipulative. She plays Mickey Doyle to get Nucky jealous.
He's never had a woman we don't know much about his wife. Obviously she died, but Margaret Schroeder was a little bit more timid, a little soft. He had that singer, actress girl, but she was just doing whatever. And then she, of course, from the first season, I can't remember her name, the one who was always drunk all the time.
Oh, yeah.
It's kind of like exit because she had some off-the-screen stuff, whatever. But she's smart. Patricia Arquette, Sally, she's smart. She's feisty. She's strong. She knows exactly what she wants. She knows how to manipulate men. She knows the game. She's not, some small town country girl. She calls herself.
She also got Nucky to pay her $1,500.
Yes.
Even though it looked like he was paying her for sex.
He looked guilty. He was kind of looking around, here you go, get out of here. Yeah. So she's good. I'm glad that she's around. She's good.
And then also we don't know if Tolliver's seen Eli. Is he just bluffing about getting his son in jail? Because I don't know if he has that kind of pull to be able to go in there.
Because J. Edgar seems to be all manipulating him, using him in some ways. He's not like the head man at the FBI or anything.
Yeah, but can he actually go in there and get the other guy, his old roommate released, Will's old roommate released, or testify against Will and get him in jail? Right. I don't know if that's even possible.
I kind of hope we get a little more developed with Tolliver. He's interesting, but I want to see a little more of him. I think they kind of just show him as being this. I want to know more of his motivations, why he's doing what he is doing. I like him, but I want to see a little more character development with him.
Why he's so adamant about getting these guys.
Yeah. Hoover I get, because Hoover is just so famous. I get Hoover, but I want to see more about Tolliver.
It's episode 8.
Yeah, we're getting there. Usually, 13 episodes a season about? So
12 or 13.
12 or 13, so we're over halfway there. there's a lot of stuff to wrap up. What's Lucky Luciano going to do in his deal, relationship with Meyer? Is he going to stick with him? Is Meyer going to go completely on his own? And then you have Capone and the other brother that's left over, and of course Van Alden. Yeah, Mueller. He can change his name. Yeah, good old Agent Van Alden. So there's a lot of stuff to wrap up. Okay, we trust him.
Yeah, I trust Boardwalk Empire. They always seem to be able to bring everything together. I remember last season, I think 2 or 3 episodes were great. They were just they were just all oh my God, all this stuff is happening. Yeah. So I'm kind of expecting that to happen with this season, because we haven't really seen Dr. Narcisse in that completely, antagonist role where he's got men fighting other, gangs, fighting Chalky.
Yeah.
How does Nucky get pulled into that?
He's been so calm. This is the first episode we've kind of seen him rattle a little bit. He was a little on edge. So I'm going to be curious to see now that Chalky knows. Chalky's going to be more on the offensive now, and how's Narcisse going to react to that? It seems like Chalky, Narcisse has some men working for him, but Chalky has manpower. He's got the gangsters guy. It seems like he has more manpower, so I'm going to see how he uses that.
Yeah. All right, guys. So that's what we thought of the episode. You can post your comments below on the website, thinkhero.com. Or on our YouTube channel, Think Hero Pro. Make sure to subscribe to that.
Or you can also come check us out on Twitter. We can talk to Dennis and I about anything, TV shows, what you're watching, Boardwalk Empire. Come talk to us at Think Hero. I'm at Griffin DE.
And we also have a Facebook page. That's facebook.com/ThinkHeroFans. And make sure you like that page and you share our videos on Facebook, on Twitter, or whatever. All right, guys.